Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
It can start with a simple hand touch, but it doesn't mean it'll end there in the future. Because no matter what, a child is still a victim of the situation, whether they be kids or not. She said no. She asked them to stop, and they wouldn't.
A Jamestown mom is saying her 12-year-old daughter was touched inappropriately by boys from the Jamestown hockey team. And she says the hockey board isn't doing anything about it. That's why she contacted our whistleblower hotline. She wants these boys to be punished, and she's demanding answers. Tonight, Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has our story about what happened to this 12-year-old girl and what law enforcement officials are doing about it.
She told me that there was one child in particular that had touched her behind several times, and she had told him to stop. Come to find out, after a while, there was 3 of them, or 4 kids total involved, 3 of them that have touched her.
The mother of a 12-year-old girl is speaking out. She wants to remain anonymous for fear of repercussions from other members of the Jamestown hockey team. This woman says her daughter was touched inappropriately by hockey players from the Jamestown Hockey Pee Wee B team. This all happened in a pool when the hockey players were in a tournament in Minnesota. And she says when her daughter asked them to stop, they didn't. 3 boys admitted to touching her. That's proof right there. The mom says when she found out, she went right to the Jamestown Hockey Board. And since she brought it to their attention, she says not enough has been done. All they are going to do was a verbal warning, and the boys were supposed to find a way to apologize to my daughter. And that's why she decided to go to the police. Now, we reached out to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. They're the ones investigating this case. Deputy Kaylin Burley says since the boys didn't corner or grope the 12-year-old girl, there's not a lot of viable evidence. Burley says it's a difficult situation, and after meeting with the county attorney, they came away with, quote, kids will be kids. But they did confirm the boys were playing truth or dare when they touched the girl inappropriately. Officials say finding more evidence is tricky, but they did go to the resort looking for any video footage, but there was no cameras in the pool area. It's frustrating in the fact that if it would happen to their child, I think they would look at it differently rather than sitting on the outside and being like, well, it's just a kid. The kids are just doing what they're doing, because that's not the case. It shouldn't matter the age. If it was an older kid touching a younger child, it would be a consequence. This mother says she doesn't know what to do next since she already contacted the hockey board and the police, but she says she just wants something to be done. In Jamestown, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
The deputy investigating the case says it's all still under investigation, but Burley says punishment will most likely be up to the Jamestown Hockey Board. We have tried contacting the Jamestown Hockey Board almost every possible way and haven't heard back yet. We even went over their heads and contacted the North Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. They didn't return our calls either. This story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help with a serious issue in your community, call 237-6576 and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. The march is on. Bison fans from all across the nation are now converging in Frisco, Texas. After taking last year off, the NDSU faithful are making their way down to Texas to see the Bison take on James Madison for the FCS championship. And Valley News Live has got you covered so that you can catch all the fun in Frisco. Our crew left on the early morning flight to Frisco. As you can see, the plane was packed and some people proudly wearing their green and gold. We'll have much more on fans making their way down to Frisco, the long way, a little bit later on Valley News Live at 6. The Bison play for their 6th national championship in 7 years this weekend, and some say this year has been the hardest year to get tickets. One NDSU alum says this has been the toughest year to get a seat that he's ever seen. Many of the Fargo faithful have taken the road already to make it to the big game. While many have scored their seats online already, some are still holding out to try and avoid being taken advantage of. One man missed the first 2 national championship games because he was deployed to Afghanistan. He's hoping it's not too late to snag a last-minute seat.
It's kind of amazing to be able to watch the game from halfway around the world and cheer them on and see them win. It was wow. It was a great thing to do as I was wrapping up my tour from being over there for a year and come home.
The most expensive ticket he's seen is over $2,000. The cheapest tickets that we found were on StubHub. There are still standing room only available, but beware of additional fees being added onto that sticker price. On a cold night like tonight, you'll want to make sure your car is ready because winter is just getting started here in the valley. That means preparing for the unexpected to stay safe. Stashing a few extra hats and gloves in your car can help you stay warm if you end up on the side of the road. Survival kits, roadside flags, and flares can be a big help as well. And it's always a good idea to make sure your phone is charged so that you can call for help. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused a fire that filled a South Fargo apartment building with smoke early this morning. They think the fire started in a bathroom. They got the call just after 4 a.m. from someone in the 2400 block of 20th Avenue South. That's a neighborhood between Lewis and Clark Elementary School and the Prairie Wood development. When fire crews arrived, they found heavy smoke coming from a second-floor unit and spreading to the third floor, but no flames. Several apartments had to be evacuated for a time. No one was hurt. Your family's favorite dinners don't have to throw you off your healthy eating goals in the new year. Dietitians say by replacing a few ingredients, it can help everyone eat better. When picking meals, look for lean cuts or swap ground beef for ground turkey. Putting more veggies in your dish will give everyone a healthy dose of vitamins. For a healthier taco, spaghetti, or pizza night recipe, go to valleynewslive.com and look for this story. Another cold day, and it looks to get even colder for some of us. Hutch, what can we expect this evening?
Well, kind of the tale of two sides of the coin, depending on where you are on each side of the Red River Valley. Things are quiet and clear from the Red River and points east, but some flakes of snow showing up on the radar from the Rugby area, spreading down toward the Devil's Lake Basin. Most of that should stay to the west as we go through the overnight hours. Wind chill advisory back in effect for much of northern Minnesota as we see temperatures there are in the single digits to teens below. Those clouds and snow flurries warming things up out to the west, single digits above for many. Dangerous wind chills are most prominent out to the east, and here in Fargo will be in the teens below in the deep overnight hours. So very frosty conditions from the Red River and points east are expected tonight. Coming up, we have a little bit more of this brutal cold weather to endure before there's a nice little warming trend to share with you. I'll have details on all of that in a few moments.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. Make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so that you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. Many from our area are already heading down to Frisco. We'll catch up with some members of the bison herd on the road later on Valley News Live at 6. And there's a large need for foster parents in North Dakota and especially for teenagers.